Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to long range weather forecast discussion for December 22nd through January 3rd. December 22nd to 26th. The models in agreement doesn't show it here quite on this GFS, but the central U.S. trough is forecast to push eastward this period. And we're going to look here, and you're going to start seeing it push slightly eastward. And we come to 26. Now you can see where it is, and we look at the rest of the models. They're in pretty fair agreement. And this will, we also have a strong ridge here over the North Pacific and the Eastern Pacific, and we also have a ridge down here with above normal heights over the southeast. Now, there will be a boundary separating the cold, forgot to say, this will, as the trough moves eastward, this will allow the cold air to sink south into the plains. And there will be a boundary separating the cold air and the warm air with the ridge of the southeast. And the boundary will have several waves riding along it. This will cause heavy rain from the lower Mississippi Valley to the Carolinas. Snow is possible for the Northeast on Christmas Day as a wave of low pressure lifts northeast near or just off the Middle Atlantic and Northeast coast, followed by another shot of reinforcing Arctic air for the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. The coldest temperatures will be just east of the Rockies over the weekend, and then as the trough shifts eastward, the cold air will shift east into the northern plains of the upper Midwest, while above normal temperatures are forecast to persist over the eastern U.S. until the front is able to push through. I think as the waves develop along that boundary, that will slow the process of the ridge of the front pushing eastward. Now we're going to look at the period for December 25th to 29th. We're going to have changes here occurring during this period. This is the 25th. Look at the GFS. Then we look at the GFS ensembles, the Canadian, the European ensembles, and then the Canadian. And then we're going to go forward in time. We're going to go now to the 29th. We still have above normal heights across here. Still have our strong positive height anomalies here. I think during this time, we're going to have this ridge that will build across the polar regions, and this will push the cold air south, but also we're going to have possible disruption of the polar vortex. And right now it's strong, but it's forecast to weaken, and that we're having a stratospheric warming event be going on. There'll be a couple of them going on in the next 2 weeks or so. So now we're going to go through the period, and you can see there's very little change in the overall circulation. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting below normal temperatures for much of this area here, and I'm forecasting anomalies to be about 10 degrees or more below normal, and we're forecasting above normal temperatures here in portions of the southern Rockies, so forth. And here I'm forecasting anomalies to be about 2 degrees below normal. And for precipitation, forecasting below normal precipitation here, and across this area here, the probability of occurrence is 30 to 55%, and across Florida it's 30%. And then we're calling for above normal precipitation across this area here, and across this region here we're forecasting probability of occurrence of 30 to 55%. Now the period for December 30th to January 3rd. Okay, here we are at the 30th. And we're going to go through each day. We still have the trough across the Northeast. Now, you can see here the flow isn't as amplified compared as back here. But still, we're forecasting a trough here in the east, ridge here. This ridge builds now. You can see it's north of Alaska. That's going to cause a change further down the line. And then we're looking at the rest of the models. You can see generally the same thing. The models are in good agreement as a stratospheric warming occurs. So during this forecast period, forecasting below normal temperatures across much of the nation. Forecast anomalies be about 4 degrees below normal, not as extreme as the previous period, and forecasting above normal temperatures for this area here, with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees above normal for precipitation. Rather dry period with the cold regime, forecasting below normal precipitation here, and for the southeast. And the probability of occurrence for all these areas is 30% because there's a little uncertainty here, especially around the lakes and the southeast. And even though I have near normal here, some of the models are showing a tendency for above normal precipitation for this region. So that's the long range weather forecast discussion for December 2nd to January 3rd. Thanks for coming to Jim Only's World of Weather, and have a good day.